Hey guys, what's up? My name is Ricardo, and today I want to share with you guys an anime that someone recommended me watching on Netflix. It's called K-pop Demon Hunters, and I was just watching it, and it's a scene where Rumi, she took the sushi bar or sushi roll, she sniffed it, then she stuffed it in her mouth. That scene was very funny, had me on the floor dying laughing. So it just happened to line up with one of the scenes that's in Vaygren game. It's a dinner table with Cassidy to reenact that same scene. So I will be showing you guys how I animate Cassidy doing that same scene in Tvpaint. So let's get started. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I did the keyframe for this animation. So the next step I'm going to be doing right now is putting in the keyframes. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch in the keyframes. Also guys, as you can tell, you want to use your onion skins. Tvpaint have a table you can use to help you draw each frame. So in that way, you don't mess up. If you notice, the orange one is the one before and the green is one behind. And all you got to do is draw in between to get a somewhat of a smooth animation. You always want to go back and forth just to make sure the motion is right. You know, as you can tell, some of the lines is pretty rough. Some of the lines need to be cleaned up. So I'll be going back to clean up some of those lines. But the overall, you always want to use your timetable and keep going back and forth. On the keyboard, I believe is back and forth, the arrows on your keyboard for a Tvpaint. So that can help to get the motion correct. So I'm going to continue and fill in the rest. So once I'm comfortable with how it looks for Cassidy, I'm gonna go ahead and sketch in the other character that's actually looking at her. She's in the game, so originally she's in the game looking at Cassidy most of the time. So I'm just gonna sketch her right here, and she's not gonna be moving. I'm just gonna have her looking at Cassidy because the premise of this animation is Cassidy stuffing her face with a stick of butter for some reason. So once I'm comfortable with a character looking at Cassidy, I'm going to go ahead and make sure all my frames are correct and make sure I'm comfortable with everything. So now I'm gonna be turning down the opacity for the animation frames and then go ahead and start inking all the frames. You always want to use your light box to make sure all the frames look correct when you start inking. And this is the time when I'm inking, I also correct any mistakes that I do, or I actually start drawing the character much better. Because if you notice, it's a rough sketch. So I tend to clean up the drawing while I'm inking at the same time. Once I'm comfortable with my frames and the cleanup, Tvpaint have something cool. It's called duplicate structure. Once you click on that, it actually duplicates your frames, but blank. So in that way, you don't have to create each frame. You duplicate the previous frame just blank. So what I did, basically duplicate it, turn it blue, and then now I'm gonna be doing the guidelines. So I can click and fill the shadows and the light very easily. So if you notice, I'm just going to be going through with blue, that's for main shadow, green, dark shadows, and red for highlights. But in this case, I'm just going to be using blue. So let me go ahead and go through all of it. And again, guys, always use your light box. I'm gonna keep going back and forth, just to make sure the guidelines are good. So once I'm comfortable with all the lines, the guidelines to put in the color, here comes the fun part. All I gotta do is click and fill. So I'm gonna be filling in all the blue lines, and I'm gonna be going from dark to light. I like to use dark to light when it comes to animation. It's a lot easier to do the cleanup for some reason. So I'm gonna create a new layer, do the same thing I did before, duplicate structure, and it's gonna be blank, and it's gonna automatically create all the blank frames for me. So if you notice, I'm just gonna click and fill. That's all I'm doing, click and fill for all frames until it's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed through it. So alright guys, so once you finish filling in all the frames, it should looks like this once you finish. So anyway guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment below. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.